Hello, guys. I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about this ICC, this publication that came out today from the ICC, and I also want to share, the image of a young guy who was almost burnt alive, and this was reported by Lamran Abbar of Truth Media. They were the ones who I saw the story from, and I think it's important that we share that story of that guy that was almost burnt. So I want to share that with you all. And uh, so that's the story right here. I want to talk about that because this is reminiscent. This is reminiscent of what is actually happening, and me talking about the animals have risen above us. In Sierra Leone, the state of everything is so lawless that even in the animal kingdom, there is some amount of control. There's some amount of decency and respect. But in Sierra Leone, as it is today, because I'm not even going to make this about Africa. Um, and by the way, sorry guys, let me make sure I get on my sound system right here. If my sound may have is kind of very on the low end there. But I just want to make sure that we discuss these issues in Sierra Leone. So I want to talk about this, like I said, and I'm going to talk about this special court. It's in December this year. They're going to be appointing new judges in the court. So I want to talk about that. All right. So without me wasting much time, let me at least get that going. So let me start with the story from Lamrada, Truth Media. Let's read this story together because it's very important, and I would actually go to the article. And by the way, this is their. I was on there. They have a WhatsApp channel, so you can have some of their stuff from their WhatsApp channel. For those that follow me as well, I have a WhatsApp channel, so I try to keep up. But these guys, that's what they do. So they are very. Yeah, WhatsApp channel is very updated. So if you want to check it out, it's Truth Media WhatsApp channel. But this is the story of this gentleman right here, right? And I'm gonna make this a little bigger so we can read it together. Don't mind me. The print. That's what the print looks like. So again, this report was by Clevers in Kawa. Kenema, 9th February 2026. So this happened in Kenema. And if you guys remember, go back to my page a couple of days ago. I did a live where these guys in the southeastern part of Sierra Leone, that's predominantly where this violence permeates. This violence is ripe in that community. In the southeastern part of Sierra Leone, if you know anything about the southeast, it's where the SLPP, the ruling government of the day, that's where their people are from. So because they get away with these level of violence, there's no prosecution because, of course, they are Mendes by tribe and they belong to the SLPP party. There hasn't been any prosecution, so you wouldn't see any prosecution. So this guy, this is the story, and we're going to read it together. A shocking incident unfolded in the early hours of Saturday, February 7th, 2026. When a man was set on fire in the IDA section of Kenema City after being accused of theft. Again, I don't care what crime somebody committed. You have no right to become the judge, the jury, and the executioner under no circumstances. That is why we have a judiciary. But again, when you have a system that has failed, when you have a state that has failed, there's total collapse. There's no structure. That is what you get in a country. And that's what Sierra Leone is today. Total collapse of the system, no structure. Everybody's thinks because their government is in power, especially the Southeasterners, a lot of them think because their government is in power, they're going to get away with every crime that they commit. So that is a fundamental problem that we have. And that is why these guys have been emboldened. So if you look at this, it says again, the victim, identified as Ibrahim Mohammed, is currently receiving treatment at the Kenema Government Hospital. Speaking from his hospital bed, Mohammed recounted that he was confronted by two men around 6 a.m. whilst on his way to work. The men accused him of being an armed robber responsible for thefts at their workplace. So this was a man who was going to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, and two men just approached him and said, "Hey, you are an armed robber." So they took the law into their own hands, and let's see what they did to him, right? And they said, according to Mohammed, the assailants purchased 2 liters of fuel, tied him down at the field, and set him ablaze. My strength was gone. Thereafter, I was on fire. Only God could help me through a bike rider who saved me from dying, he told journalists. Mohammed clarified that he works informally in the sale of scrap iron and denied the allegations of theft. The matter has since been reported to the Eastern Police, who are investigating the attack. Again, so this is a publication from Truth Media. This is their platform, Truth Media. They have a publication. You can find them. I'm sure if you Google it, you'll find them there, Truth Media. And this is their WhatsApp channel. This is what their WhatsApp channel looks like. Let me put it on the screen here that is favorable for stuff like that. But this is Truth Media's WhatsApp channel. So if you want to find them, you can find them on WhatsApp. This is their channel, and they post, stuff, about, daily news and daily happenings in Sierra Leone. So that is the situation that we have in the country. And these are the things, when I talk about it, you have these idiots, these tribalists, these bigots that are political party affiliated, would come and tell you that, we know the angle you're coming from, instead of them focusing on what is actually happening and how bad it reflects on the image and reputation of Sierra Leone. They would not focus on that. They want to tell you about, you speak in tribalism. When these activities are predominantly happening in the southeastern part of Sierra Leone. And this is what I want to point out to you guys. So again, all of us as Sierra Leoneans, we have a responsibility to call these guys out. Okay? I think if we do that, it's going to help to salvage the reputation of our country. Because whenever you see images like these, it tells you that the society has a lot of work to do. And that is not what we're looking for. Right? That is not what we want. This is not the type of news we want to see. We want to see positive things. But there's nothing positive to talk about, because everywhere across Sierra Leone, when you look at the news, everything that is happening is dastardly. It is either people are dying from the epidemic of drugs, kush, or we have the drug dealers in Sierra Leone, the thievery, corruption, the flying of the president constantly, the poverty levels that have increased, the rise in prostitution. Nothing good to talk about. Nothing good to talk about. Nothing good to talk about. The people of Sierra Leone are enduring, I don't know how they continue to endure this level of pain and suffering and anguish, because everybody has just given up. The political class, the opposition, they're just as useless. They're good for nothing. So nothing is happening. Marabio is getting his way, does what he wants to do, travel as much as he wants. This is the society we find ourselves in. So when you see images like this, where this guy was going to work at 6 o'clock in the morning and two guys just attacked him and told him that he's responsible for the thefts in their community, and tie him up and, burn him alive, if not for a passing Okada rider, that's what it is. Society has failed. The society has crumbled. It's a failed state. Everybody is loose. Everybody can do. It's survival of the fittest. If you allow yourself to be eaten up by the system, it's on you. You have to protect yourself. At this point, you have to defend yourself, because that is what it is. There's no law and order. You'll see the police come up with videos telling you about cases they have at CID, but these realities is what is happening every day, because the system has collapsed. Because these guys know we are from the southeast. Nothing is going to happen. Nobody's going to prosecute us. But you see them having these cases from the north and northwestern part of the country. They are prosecuting our brothers from the north. This is how genocides begin in a nation. But if people like myself don't talk about it, nobody would really see it. And I'm only doing this not because I care about the opposition idiots that call themselves members of parliament or political party executives. It is just because of the innocent Sierra Leoneans that are suffering as a result of this decrepit society that we have. The innocent citizens that deserve a fair share, to a properly organized and well-oiled, running machine for a country. But we don't have that in Sierra Leone. Everybody's just out for themselves. Everybody's, the strongest survive, the weakest suffer. That's what is happening. So I wanted to point that out to you guys, so you guys would see and know about the story and call these guys out in the southeast. The violence in the southeast is too much. This is what we see. Imagine what we don't see. Imagine what is not captured on camera. The amount of abuse that has been going on in the southeast. I've shown you guys videos of a young lady called Sata Lamin, how she was brutally raped, in the southeast after the after the April or February elections in 2018, forgot what month that was, but you guys know about the case of Sata Lamin, who was brutally gang raped by about 7 men in Kailahun, in a small town called Nyandehun. Because why? Because she supported the opposition APC party, and Sata Lamin was raped by those guys. Until this day, nobody has been prosecuted. And I'm talking about since 2018, right? She was raped. She's alive. They not only raped her, they took their hands and put it in a private part, you know, and pull out a womb and tied a rope around their neck. This is in Sierra Leone, I'm telling you. Kailahun, Nyandehun village. Till this day, nobody has been prosecuted. I can play a little excerpt of that video for you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because I don't want you to think we're making stuff up. Listen to this.
Sata Lamin way 2018. Me I bet for APC because APC way talk na talk and do way do anything way they talk they do. Me only I see the make allow I can radio I can declare for APC I go there. Many people they hate me. 2018 way we vote now, you don't vote. And then say mother be your win. Now me say okay mother be your way win problem not the. To other people that they accept people where they lost they sit down. Who back where we lost who they sit down. I get me banga wait till I go cook abuela. Safe. Where I go now where me? Now people that come on around your village. Time man there with the weapon with the knife then everything. They say Sata Tolongo can't for kill you. Because when you go APC, you don't take vote. I say who's waiting? Me I don't go APC, I don't go for I declare and I let you. I go APC. When you wanna say I don't do this, I say to me I say let's go na town, let's go investigate. Then they say we not agree. Then better people supported the tender. Then buy stock from we, they buy cooking, they buy everything, they can't drink, they kill you. And let you don't with you wait yourself come out. I say no problem. If you go there no more, not to show me say me now. Person where I bet for APC, I go there, I declare. All man not say me declare for go APC. I say, what you have support 50 for do? We not do no more. Then I sit down. Me man, you know me there. Now carpenter, you go man over. Now his small brother, he and children all go together. We been there living. Now 10 man they can hold me, they undress me. They tell me go, this hold me food, this hold me food. They tell me go. Who said them in there look me picking there? I'm on the way they go to mass man and there. They just little with me. The Texas and the sober pam. Me name one man in them sama moda. Then is sober in me in private. You draw me womb. Now me womb to begin come also. Then I tell them say I say when I don't see when I don't with me say when I don't pull me now. Una na me young picking there na one village them born me and mama there. Una can't lead on with me for APC. Where I declare I not go there for hide that. I say problem not there. Una don't go with me, una go now. They say una they go. Where we do this? Would they tell you go na turn back and we go sing pan pan you? I said and they know the apple. I said we left for drag you tell you can we go. Then them that famous then they set fire pana. That palm I 7 batter they take up. They beat me picking that last in a way last one they take and they shove on water. Then they call you blood go and what yourself. I say when I see Sunday for me when I say when I the worker with me home we end so. Now they tell me go papa. They tell look for me, they tell me go at that time. When they tell me go now people then mama then they sing for me. They say Toro gonna was there and now you have the book. They county dog, they county alpha. That's what they tell me. They come out. Wow. Now my APC now they say who said Sata Lamin they would have fella. Well they accept people then they went on I mean they say like this. Papa, don't send me picking the all. There's something hard. We're picking it. They be dead. Me my brother, me my brother, woman. They all be dead. Then they come out to me now. They tell me go at home. They try to open me like a goat. When they go at home, they go tell me mama want die. Then 9 people they take count. Then they say that you don't wait, they don't do, not only don't. Before you na contrast any. What food me? They go and tell me go at home. When we come on out, then they say they don't be back. Now they must have to say, now you hide in a bush. That's the way they go past the Bangladesh. You can't say honorable, SFP honorable. You say, Satman, I left us, you don't let the kids at our man, and you don't stay. I don't know, sometimes they don't kill her now. Then Satman, I take people, then send them now. Then that time they then go meet me up, they take me, they count me at all. Papa can't see me. Who says don't and I Banyawalu is a color. My marriage was why can't they, Papa? No, he will come on. People then they sleep by me, then they cost me, Mama. They say truck don't come. If they told 10 man, truck don't come, I saw that they call me. Then I come on, I can't police, I can't report. Then one policeman in the room where I see me. I say this woman not able to go outside. I take money, medical money, give me a car hospital. I can't put medical. I call and go back. I don't create. When I come out, now I can't was faster. America, so you know go. Now I take basis America. Then I will go. They say can't you know pound police then. So civil society then they say they will go there. As you go there, now the police he act so now I call time. They say when I come, now they can. They say what are they? Now appointment they happen. I saw them. Oh, now right now where they talk so they then at that village. They sit down there. Where we go now? Now they say. Nobody know the come here. That's all I mean. What is saying I did do. I say me now when I born now. Look at me, mama. Look at what say. Me I talk down there. I can't have for confession. They say no. Who say I talk this about? They not show. Now that about them sit down. Now that police now they say they tell us say me that town they tell us say that now. That policeman in M. Johnson, they say you not join society. Why you can't have it there for whole person? You don't join today. Then they make that society there. I know Seko. Anything Papa will talk. That's no more. Now I tell me, Mama, I say only at ya. I dey go. This young I know the sea road. Where they say been a dog today, I said to one about my body. I say, only at then they can't go for government. I APC people then take me. My again, I give money 700, they take me. They go, they get me go marketing. Then go do operation family, Papa. I know they do my business again. Me not small pig, I know they burn again, they pull me home. Oh, I know they burn again, I know they do my business again. Where they pass, they keep them putting up on me. Now, someone and I live for me.
Satalami.
For people that beg, I don't know me.
Satalami.
They don't play Papa no day.
Oh my God.
I mean, now it was where I don't want people driving me man.
Oh my God.
There's no more me there. This me man no there. I mean, man say this woman, I not doing me, I not the left. Then take him on. Would I go back there? Not this year, I prepare for me. But me on the common up. Me on the common up. Probably today. I know they come on the way I talk. Come on for you not time and then you don't you after that. Anything what is the society game where they put I know they go this. I don't know more for that. I told them I know. What I know they work for me once on they big yard. I know they do my business. We are going near man no more at the fee pennies.
So that is Sarah Lamin's case in Sierra Leone. And I want the world to know about this. And this brings me back to now that I'm telling you guys about the fact that I want to talk about the ICC and show you guys, what's going on over there at the ICC, because it's very crucial, for us to talk about these, things that are actually going on, and how the ICC actually failed the people of Sierra Leone. You would say, Ibrahim, Sata Lamine is one isolated case, but no, that is not true. So we know about the killings, the assassinations across Sierra Leone, and that is a sacrosanct fact. But like I said again, the reason why I'm playing this, and me trying to segue into the International Criminal Court. And by the way, I have Julius Maada Bio's photo. That's the president of Sierra Leone, 2018. That's when he came to power. Sata Lamine was raped just after the elections results were announced in 2018. The lady called Sata Lamine was raped because she supported the opposition party at the time. In the Southeast, it is taboo for you to support another political party. Your life would be endangered. You'll be locked up. You'll be arrested. In the southeastern part of Sierra Leone, they only want you to support the SLPP, which is Julius Maada Bio's political party. If you don't support the SLPP in the southeast, you become a target. You'll be killed. You'll be maimed. You'll disappear. If you're lucky, we know about your case. If you're not lucky, you're disappeared just like that. So that's what's happening in Sierra Leone, and that is why, again, there's no democracy across that country. Any of these guys could defend what I'm saying. They can take me to any court of law. We can always defend this because we have the evidence of the level of violence that has been promoted over the years, as far as we know, in Sierra Leone when it comes to the southeastern part of that country. No other political party should be able to take root, and that was why their own sister, who's a Mende by tribe, the Mende tribe, Sata Lamine, all because she supported, say, I'm declaring for the APC party because, I love the APC party. And she lived in the southeast, Kailahun, Nandihun village. She was raped by these men. They put their hands into her private parts, removed her womb, took a rope and tied it around her neck and dragged her around the town like a goat. This happened under the Julius Maada Bio regime. 2018 to present, the Julius Maada Bio regime, the level of violence and atrocious activities we saw within this time period of Julius Maada Bio, it's not like any other. And that is why, again, I said I'm going to segue to the case of the International Criminal Court, because I really want to talk about this. They're having judges again, election for judges coming up December 2026. So countries, of course, are going to be nominating, their folks that they want to, should be the International Criminal Court judges. But yeah, so I'm on the Facebook page of the ICC right here, and election of six judges of the court in 2026. So the ICC is going to be electing 6 new judges in December this year, 2026. Opening of confidential channel regarding the due diligence procedure, independent oversight mechanism. So, of course, they are opening up the confidential channel regarding the due diligence. Due diligence has to be done before, any of these judges, are appointed to their various positions, because you should have stellar character, right? Unblemished image for you to be appointed a Supreme Court judge. So that's what's happening. So I want to read this, from the ICC. All right, I'm going to put this on a little bit of a bigger screen. Excuse me, guys, just a little bit of a cold. So the Assembly of States Parties will elect 6 judges of the International Criminal Court at its 25th session from 7th to 7 December 2026. In accordance with the legal framework of the Rome Statute, Article 36, Paragraph 3A, the judges of the International Criminal Court shall be chosen from among persons of high moral character, impartiality, and integrity, who possess the qualifications required in their respective states of appointments to the highest judicial office. For that purpose, and pursuant to resolution ICC ASP/22 resolution.3 paragraphs 81, the Assembly established a permanent due diligence procedure for elected officials. Pursuant to paragraph 12 of the due diligence procedure set out in Annex 2 of this resolution, the IOM shall open a confidential channel for the receipt of allegations of misconduct against any of the candidates nominated by states or included in a public list provided to the Assembly of States parties. So, of course, they investigate these. For you to become a judge in the ICC, man, you should be clean, and because your character is going to be investigated, and it's open to the public for you guys to send in anything you know about, during the nomination process about these candidates before they are finally appointed. So that's that. Paragraph 11 of the due diligence procedure provides that for the purposes of this due diligence procedure, misconduct refers to human rights violations, incidents in the workplace, or in connection with work or of harassment, including sexual harassment, abuse of authority, discrimination and bullying, as well as other ethical or legal breaches of a serious nature, such as fraud or corruption. The attention of nominating states parties is drawn to the second sentence of paragraph 13 of the due diligence procedure, that states parties that have nominated candidates for judges shall ensure that the nominated candidates for judges shall ensure that the process for submitting information to the channel, including how allegations received will be treated, is provided to the organizations where the candidate has previously worked or is currently working. Noting that they are being considered as judicial candidates of the court. So it's a very stringent process, right? The list of candidates, the list of candidates nominated for election is available on the webpage of the Assembly at the following link. All right. So if we click this link, it should take us to the list of candidates. All right. These are the list of candidates here. So Uganda, Muzigo Morrison Rosette. So again, for the Uganda folks, if you're watching from Uganda, this is the person that Uganda sent in. You guys have to check. There's a lot of human rights abuses in Uganda. This person, I'm sure, practiced in Uganda, was probably an High Court judge of some standard. How did they, how did she, because Rosette, I don't know if it's Rosette, I'm sure this is a female, Rosette Muzigo Morrison. So it's a female, she being there, this whole 40 plus years of Museveni, Yoweri Museveni. We've seen the abuse, elections, Bobby Wine's family getting harassed and all that stuff. What's the position of this person, of this lady? So if you're from Uganda, you could definitely look into that. This other person is John Nangela, United Republic of Tanzania. You've all seen what happened in Tanzania recently. Is this this person has moral character? Do they have a position? How did they rule in cases? How did John rule with the cases that he has? Are you a victim from, Tanzania, of one of his, were you a secretary that got harassed by this man? Or whatever the case is, right? You can report, just so you know that. And Colombia sent in this person, and Japan sent that person. So again, these are the folks, gender criteria, regional criteria. So these are the candidates that have been. So we have till December, basically, to, excuse me, till December to make sure that you send in, your concerns. Any allegation of misconduct as defined above may be reported confidentially no later than 31 May 2026 to the Independent Oversight Mechanism, IOM, a subsidiary body of the Assembly, at the following email address. So take note of the email address, all right? This is the email address, iom.vetting@icc-cpi.int, all right? That is the email address. You could send, any allegations or concerns, cases that you know of that you want to report to the ICC before they appoint these people in December. All right, that's what I want you to know. So again, this is the ICC. Of course, the ICC is trying to maintain some level of transparency in their process, and I appreciate that. However, I am highly disappointed in the ICC, and like I said, I'm not going to lie to you. I am highly super, disappointed in the activities of the ICC, because I feel like in Sierra Leone, everything that has happened over the years, the ICC owed us, the prosecution of the people that actually, massacred, executed, assassinated, and killed our people across that country. I just played, this video of Sata Lamin, a lady in Sierra Leone who was brutally attacked, by these guys because she supported a political party of her choice from the southeastern part of Sierra Leone. So the ICC have did nothing, and about that, I know that there are times where we saw very, very tensed moments between the ICC prosecutor, and that of Julius Mara Bio, but nothing materialized, from those meetings that the ICC prosecutor, Mr. Karim Khan, had to do with Julius Mara Bio. So, it left us in a place where, we're losing faith in the systems. I mean, basically, when you look at what is actually happening across the world, the world order is coming to an end. That's what it seems like to me right now. It is like everybody is free, to do whatever they want to do, and nothing comes of it. And the ICC is not making it any easier. Like I said again, no problem with them going after Benjamin Netanyahu, but why go about after big fishes that you're going to have problems with, which was why the U.S., President Trump, stopped funding to the ICC and even banned some of the judges not to travel to the U.S., and some of them even have their bank accounts, frozen and stuff like that. It was just ridiculous. But like I said again, we've seen Sierra Leoneans, making the efforts to ask for prosecution, with the ICC. People have written, letters, and nothing has come of it. This was a photo where Mr. Karim Khan had a meeting with Julius Mara Bio. I don't know what that letter was about, but something stopped the process. That's all I would say at this point. And whatever that was, it's absolutely unfair to all the victims, that have been, killed, assassinated, human rights, violated over the years. I think it's very, important for us to point these things out. I mean, these are letters written by Sierra Leoneans, going back as far as 2021, a brother in the United Kingdom, a lawyer, Warawuri, done everything he could, to sort prosecution. Excuse me, guys. But, nothing came out of that, So we've made efforts over the years because, again, no government should think that they can just come and do whatever they want to do and kill and assassinate people, and we should just let it go. Again, the opposition failed the people of Sierra Leone because a lot of these people that Julius Mara Bio's regime tortured, killed, assassinated, we're supporting a political party, which is the opposition party, but they failed their own people. And that is why you have a country today where Sierra Leoneans cannot speak up, cannot stand up for anything anymore. We have a docile population, weak fiddlings. They cannot do anything for themselves. They are at the mercy of a revolutionary who's going to come in and save them at this point. The people of Sierra Leone, I'm telling you, they've been, they've been subjugated to the least of the least. These people have no voice. They cannot speak up. They cannot say anything. They'll be crushed, killed, assassinated, murdered, so that's the situation we find ourselves in. But I just wanted to point it out. This was a photo with, Karim Khan meeting with Julius Mara Bio. And it was a very tense photo. If you look at you zoom this in a little closer, you can see that this was not a pleasant meeting. You can look at just the facial expressions of Mr. Karim Khan. You could see that this was a very tense moment. And if you contrast that with the face of all of these people in the room with Julius Mara Bio, you can see this was a serious meeting. This was not a meeting. This was not a child's play. This is Julius Mara Bio reading that letter. What was in that letter? That is what we want to know. Something stopped this process. This was like an indictment, notification, because the man sitting right here, excuse me, guys, a little cold. That's the registrar. When the prosecutor goes into a meeting with the registrar, it is a serious business. And I know that, because I have insider knowledge of the ICC, how it operates and how it works. So when you see the prosecutor and you see the registrar, something is there. What happened? What happened in this room? This is a question that only Sierra Leoneans, if we can all come together and ask, we'll be able to find out exactly what happened right here. This was not a easy moment. This was a very tense moment. And if we as Sierra Leoneans want to know what happened, what stopped this prosecution, I'm not saying Mr. Karim Khan is a saint. I'm not saying he's a corrupt individual, but was some sort of a compromise made at this very crucial moment when this looks like this was a letter to say that we have the intention of prosecuting you and indicting you for the crimes against humanity, the crimes of aggression that have your administration and your regime through you, because the buck stops with you as the president. Everything, you're responsible. You're the commander-in-chief of the military and all of that stuff. So we've seen that. So again, like I said, the ICC failed us and we are very disappointed. We are very disappointed. It's just like with the prosecution of, what's his name? The Sudan ex-president, Omar al-Bashir. ICC does not have to wait until these guys are out of office before they start thinking about, oh guys, my, excuse me. I'm losing my voice. But yeah, guys, the weather, man, it's been rough. But actually what prompted my own cold is yesterday I decided to run. It was indoors in the gym. I thought running indoors would be better, but after I ran that run, man, I was just coughing excessively. So that's what it is. Don't mind me. But I'm showing you guys all of this because it's important for us to let the ICC know that we are not pleased. We're not pleased with the ICC, with everything, that they know that has happened in Sierra Leone, and they've sat by and allowed the SLPP of Julius Maada Bio, to commit all these atrocious crimes against our people, and nothing was done about it. Again, like I said, I don't make up stuff because I have all the evidences to back up what I'm saying. And I know this is repetitive because we've had these videos again and again. But to give you guys context before this plays, if you're watching me from anywhere in the world, this is for you to understand the violence meted against the opposition party in Sierra Leone immediately Julius Maada Bio came to power. So like this was around 2020, 2021 at the APC party office, because the people stood up, to question the Bio regime. So that's what you see here. So these videos are repetitive. If you followed me for a very long time, you've seen these videos. They're there. This is not. So this is one. Look at this other one. This is another video of them chasing the opposition people. Look at what they did to this guy. Look at how they are handling these women. This is everything they did. Yeah, violence right through. Look at that. That's police violence. All under the Julius Maada Bio regime. The killings at McKinney, the Parebaru prison massacre. All of these images, they are out there. And nothing was done. There's been no prosecution. Nobody has been held accountable. This is what is happening. The country is loose, everybody for themselves. No law and order, no control. This is the reality of what we're dealing with. We have these videos, many of them. All of these attacks against the opposition. That's the opposition at their party office. And all of a sudden, you'll see the scary forces starting shooting at them, tear gassing them. You say, Brian, that is not reason to, indictment. But that's how it started. And then later we had the Panebaru prisons massacre, the McKinney massacre, the Tombo killings. All of these people across Sierra Leone. But this is what the security forces, this is how they operate. This is how they operate. And this is why we want to point out these things, and say that I'm disappointed in the International Criminal Court. I am highly disappointed. And this is Julius Maada Bio speaking here. I want you guys to listen to this. This is what he told his supporters. Listen to him.
We want to be polite about politics, but we should never forget that politeness in African politics can be a disadvantage.
Yes.
So while I keep my calm, I do not expect you to be calm all the time. I am the leader, I should be calm, but you should not be calm all the time.
Yes.
So that is Julius Maada telling his supporters. This was before he became president, sometime 2016, probably 2017 in the United Kingdom. This was what he was telling his supporters. I am going to be calm. You don't have to be calm. What does that mean? It is a red herring to tell your supporters, be violent, go out there, do what you, and they showed us these level of violence. You know, they showed us the violence. We saw it for ourselves because they already, had everything in mind. This is Julius Maada. These are some of the things he said to his people. And of course, you have the OSDs, telling them that they are going to stand with. Listen to this. This is how the OSDs speak.
And we, the OSD, will they support the government of the day to the latter.
You hear that? So the security forces, again, very tribal. All of these guys are from the southeast, Mendes. We are going to support the government of the day to the latter. That means there's nothing the government would do that is wrong. They're going to support them to the latter. These are the things that, people like myself, we've been pointing out, and we want to call the attention of the rest of the world to say that we should not let this go. I mean, we just had an elections that was, we don't even have the results. So because Julius Maada, if there's any opposition in Sierra Leone, I'm one of the opposition, really, to be honest with you. The actual opposition, they are just circus players. They are just clowns, basically in that country. Clowns. When I say clowns, they're just shit show going around these little, YouTube channels in Sierra Leone and just saying shit. Not saying anything substantive at all. But that is what we have in Sierra Leone today. So there's no opposition. The opposition is in bed with, the ruling government of the day. They've come together to tie against the people of Sierra Leone. And that's why, they really don't care. They really don't care. And I want to point this out because, again, the ICC has a responsibility, according to the Rome statutes, to ensure, that they protect citizens. There was this one guy that I really want to, see if I can refresh your memories. You guys might have forgotten. This is during the McKinney massacre. This guy, innocent guy, you can tell, does not even speak Creole. This guy was passing by and he got hit with a stray bullet and they locked him up at Pademba Road prisons. Listen to his story. I'll try to interpret it for you guys. But this is the reality.
One of the body when they go fire na McKinney. This they be the common yoni and they go Kabbalah. So they meet up the riot at McKinney, then fire them. Then all count on Panama Road. From Panama Road now, straight away. Now today, yesterday them pull na yesterday them pull. But not sabi talk, kilo na team anymore. But they can't interview and they can't explain. Then just left there yesterday. But not sabi which them for go. And just pull them up Panama Road they left them. They not sabi for which one day. But they can't talk how the team be happy. Now the side is the fire here, the common here. The fire here, it can't come here. As now they see. The fire down here on the very side, it come here. They go the other side. As now they see her back, turn. The fire here back, it come here back and I'm back. I'm back. As now they see her. Okay, yeah. Two things of them problem.
Before they start the interview, I just want to explain what was just said. This guy, even if he protested for the generator at McKinney, a town called McKinney in Sierra Leone, where we lost lives just because the government wanted to go get a generator and the youth protested and said, no, don't take our generator. Let's say this guy was part of the protest. No live bullet should have been shot at him. These are innocent civilians protesting, which is their right in the Constitution. Section 26 protects your rights to protest, right? This guy was an innocent guy passing by. The sad part is, even after they fired this guy, they took him to town, locked him up at the Pademba Road prisons. So this was after a couple of months later when he was freed. It's when, this guy, a good Samaritan, saw him and he's about to interview him. So let's listen together, the interview.
Yeah.
treat me. Really make you know we
So the question for my folks in Sierra Leone is Alassane Fona still alive? Because those injuries are pretty gruesome injuries. Is he alive? You know? And it's crucial that we guys, give me 1 second here. I'm having a call here. Hold on. Stop calling me, man. Anyways. All right. So again, I want you guys to find out if Alassane Fona is alive. Of course, it's been 5 years now since this incident. Sierra Leoneans, do me that favor. But this is Julius Maada, who is the illegal president of Sierra Leone currently. I want you guys to see this. I want the world to see this. Until all these people are given justice, we're not going to let up. All of these people deserve justice, but this is Julius Maada. He has to know these are the victims of his atrocious crimes. These are his victims. And he's going to take responsibility for them. He's going to take responsibility for these crimes. You're the commander-in-chief, the buck stops with you. This man has never apologized to these families that lost their loved ones. They think we're going to just move on and forget it because the APC party has decided to say, okay, we're all going to just, because they are reckless and useless. They don't care about their people. Nobody has stood up for these guys. Alassane Fona and all these other people that are innocent bystanders. But this is Julius Maada, and I want you guys to see his face. So when he's traveling the world, you know exactly what he's doing in Sierra Leone. I'm doing this for these innocent souls because it does not have what I have. It does not have, the capacity to be able to speak for himself. It does not have the capacity to build a studio like I've done. My office has been used as a space to speak for the silent. It does not have it. It does not even know how to work half of the system. This guy has probably never even touched a computer in his lifetime, let alone touch a microphone like this. So I have to be that voice, and we have to be that voice. This guy was innocent. Is he alive? I don't know. But these are the victims of Julius Maada, and we have to show the world so everybody understands. All right? And but like I said again, there's many of these cases, a lot of these killings across that country. We saw the cases of Mile 91, but even before that, we saw what happened across that country. It's just unfortunate. It's very sad. It's very sad. We've seen how they've manhandled women, because they wanted to protest. The Parebaro prisons massacre. Excuse me. All of these. When the military, when the presidential guard from the president's office can go into Parebaro prison and massacre, the prisoners. What does that tell you? I know these guys don't remember all of these videos, but these are some of the guys that lost their lives at Parebaro. This was the Parebaro prison massacre. I don't want Julius Maada. I want you guys to see Julius Maada. This is the illegal president currently of Sierra Leone. This is the guy who was superintendent over these killings and human rights abuses.
Black one. Yes. Il never came back. The Ika the black one.
C'est un pastor.
Not a pastor. At the moment,
And remember, to give you context so you understand exactly what's actually happening, these prisoners, all they did was protested in prison because of the food conditions and stuff like that. They were just asking for better, better treatment at the prison. And this was how they handled them, manhandled and mishandled them. Listen to this. I'm not making shit up when I sit here to talk to you guys. I have the evidence to back up everything I'm saying. Everything I'm saying. So when you hear these people talk about what they're telling us all this garbage and nonsense, look at the judiciary talking about the August 10th. These are some of the judges. Magistrates Isata Suzanne Selutoka of Pademba Road Magistrates Court Number 2 has today sentenced 3 accused persons for riotous conduct, unlawful procession, and insulting conduct. Ibrahim Kagbo and Maria Tukamara sentenced to 24 months, whilst Fatmata Samura to 27 months. These are some of the issues we've been dealing with in Sierra Leone. We're not making this shit up. We're not making these things up. The evidences are there. Again, Magistrate Makingeba of Pademba Road, Court Number 2, has today sentenced 11 accused persons to 36 months imprisonment each. They were charged with 2 counts of riotous conduct and disorderly behavior at the OSD headquarters. Accused persons rioted and behaved in a disorderly manner. This is how they've taken advantage of the people and just abused their human rights. These are the judges. These are the faces. So when I come here and I'm talking, I'm not making. I don't have to make stuff up. The material is abundantly there. So much material. This was a prisoner who is now, I'm sure, is dead now, a long time ago. But this was one of the prisoners that saw what happened at the Pademba Road prison massacre.
Now there, then they open Paulo by 4:30. Because me sell one day, now me they sell. You know the password, inmates at the yard, and not here. Because this back gate, they don't use anymore. So when they pass with inmates, that from up here now, walk and go to that other black gate. So that black gate over now, we like the lion gate, and then they pass with inmates. Immediately that block over so, sell 4 over so.
What's not the block in name?
We by first block.
We by first, okay.
And they meet it. So they need pass with nobody in the jail. We are not the sea.
Due to the gate where you did.
So again, just to give you context, depending on where you're watching me from, if it's from the ICC, this guy was a prisoner in jail. And you'll see there's another video where the guy spoke the facts, and then they came back and he was coerced to reverse his statements. But he was a condemned prisoner anyways, so I think after that they just killed him anyways. So he's gone. He was sentenced to death apparently for whatever it was. So he's not alive. He's not alive with us anymore. But I'm showing you all of these because the level of human rights abuses in Sierra Leone since 2018, when this man, Julius Maada came to power, it is there. I'm not making shit up. I don't have to make shit up. I just have to give you guys the evidence. I'm not going to even embellish this whole thing. No, I'm just going to give it to you as it is. So this guy is giving a,
Sell me that they see the gate and they see over to Ocean and see everybody. But I'm not going to able to see the back of Clarkson because we saw the critical side. Anybody that pull up here and then they pass with her. You understand? I'm being forced.
So the one where they move with Paolo, pull up 4:30, then we don't come back.
I know them by face now. At the point they're all for now.
4:30. What do you mean by 4:30? 4:30
a.m. 4:30 a.m. Yeah, I mean, early in the morning. Sorry, early in the morning.
Now they can pull up.
Yes. Because we can normally pray. We can pray by them 5. This is a Muslim prayer. They can lecture first from there start
5:30.
Because after Muslim don't pray, then we Christian pray. Come in a minute, the Christian prayer. After Muslim don't pray, we can give chance. But they can lecture first. Don't go to the issues there. Yes, sir. Without them hit the fire. Without them hit the fire, sir. Now, police officer there. What to make us say now, police officer, the Laguna instances now, sir. This morning, within the jail, everybody they inside the cell. Nobody, not ever did all man they inside.
So he's actually saying prison officers were the ones who started the fire in the prison that morning. And after this other video came, and you can see his tone changed completely. Whilst in the first video, it was very honest. It was speaking from When you're speaking the truth, it comes out naturally. You don't even have to, act it. But listen to this one now, where he changed his tone and changed his message because it was coerced.
Skull?
Yes, sir.
Do you know Muslim or you know Christian?
I'm a Christian.
Believe by you God where you serve?
Yes, sir.
You know say you get for that one day, now you want to get for go to your God?
Yes, sir.
Alright. See you read the version we don't give.
Yes, sir.
We say you not get this interview also. I was partner the jail.
Na Don Bosco.
Okay, Don Bosco, down at the library.
Yes, sir.
What are the people that will be in the interview so?
Some ministers, some social man.
We talk loud no lawyer.
Some ministers with some social man.
Can we under? Now no more be needed, officer not be needed.
Yep, no prison officer.
Prison officer not be needed.
Yes, sir.
But all you waited on your way talk so. So you got where you deserve and where you get for that you want to
Not correct, sir.
Now you
I just
now the
talk.
truth you tell them.
I just talk because of pressure. But let me life safe. But always I talk. Not correct.
See, it was coerced to reverse his statements. You can tell from his body language when he was speaking in the first video. Again, I'll show it to you. It was speaking the facts. How can you say what you're saying is not correct when you've already made it very clear that it was the security guards at the prison who actually started the fire? And then they had to get him to reverse his statements.
Skull?
Yes, sir.
Reverse his statements.
Maybe in the interview so.
Some ministers, some social man.
We talk loud no lawyer.
Some ministers with some social man.
Can we under? Now no more be needed, officer not be needed.
Yep, no prison officer.
Prison officer not be needed.
Yes, sir.
But all you waited on your way talk so. So you got where you deserve and where you get for that you want to where
Not
you
correct, sir.
Now you
I
now
just
the
talk.
truth you tell them.
I just talk because of pressure. But let me life safe. But always I talk. Not correct.
But no member say, oh, we nobody not tell you know so.
Nobody not time.
Nobody not tell you know to so.
Yes, sir.
You sabi with all now.
Yes, sir.
You know say not to so officer the normal even police intelligence man.
Yes, sir.
You dey with now you recognize that man they want to come gate.
Yes, sir.
You know say na police officer also.
Yes.
So all what he talk so we tell people there say now officer them connive for pool parlor or will open at 4 o'clock. All and you know the truth, we just want to save your
I be
life.
down under pressure because I want to save my life. But always I talk so not correct.
You know
Because I
correct.
want to save my life. Because if the only way they're going to save me and where I talk. Positive talk with them, because all man be they knock me. They and they whack me out, the boss me. So I get for talk for two go make me like.
So he said it was pressure to speak the first time in this video because they were hitting him on his head. These guys were just hitting him. They kept hitting him at him, hitting his head and all that stuff. All of it. So that's why, because of the heats, that's why he decided to. But it's a lie. You can tell the guy was just speaking the facts, what he know, what he saw, and they said he has to reverse that statement. But these are some of the atrocities that actually occurred in Sierra Leone. And I think we have to point these out. And I want these guys to understand that we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. The evidences are there to show. And that's why I'm disappointed in the ICC, in the International Criminal Court. Because I feel like they should have, done something about it. They should have done something about it. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. From the rape of Sata to the Mile 91, killings, to the Tombo killings, all of these. The way they kill people, at Tombo. Look at this. Let's listen to this story of this victim. Let's listen to the story of this victim.
The HIV and TB department.
This was a riot in Tombo. And the military went there, of course, and just killed people. This is the reality of what we're dealing with. All of these evidences, we have them. We have them. And we've shown it to the world. Shown it to the world. It's ridiculous, man. Someone's got to give. But again, we have the Attorney General. the current Attorney General in Sierra Leone. These guys are not doing anything. All they're fighting to do right now, and this is the Attorney General of Sierra Leone, all they're trying to do right now is constitutional amendments, change the constitution. See, this is all they're doing right now. This week, we had deep dive discussions with feminist and women leaders from various organizations on Sierra Leone's constitutional review process. Of particular note, we discussed the need to make the new constitution gender responsive and one that would address the unique needs of women in Sierra Leone. All this bullshit things, about women empowerment. Women cannot even speak in the country. Just absolute nonsense. They came with G-Way or G-Way, with 30% of women in politics. These women are just sitting there because we don't want women in African politics just because they are women. We want people that are serious and sober-minded, that are vibrant and even know what they are doing. Just because you're a woman does not mean we can give you political position. You have to prove yourself and show yourself that you're worthy of the position that we're about to give you. But these guys, because again, donor funding, and we have these international partners who, that's all they want to see. Oh, women empowerment, women empowerment. Come on, save us the bullshit. These guys are not prosecuting, they're giving justice to the people. They don't care about these cases that we see, like this guy who was burned. You'll tell you that they don't care. You don't even hear them talking about these issues like at a personal level. At a personal level. Anyways, I'll leave it right here, guys. A little late now. It's almost 8 o'clock. Thank you, you guys that are watching me. Share, and I'll come back another day. All right. Thank you. Have a nice evening, everybody. Have a good evening. Thank you. All right.